Ghost of Yōtei hasn't even launched yet, and it's already stealing the freaking spotlight like that one friend who shows up fashionably late
but still gets all the attention.
PlayStation fans aren't just hyped, they're acting like Sony is about to deliver the cure for boredom itself. The pre-order charts are glowing, the headlines are screaming, and somewhere in Microsoft's headquarters,
An executive is nervously sipping coffee.
what's wild is how quickly Ghost of Yōtei went from rumored samurai sequel to global chart-topping juggernaut. The game isn't even on shelves yet and it's already climbing leaderboards like it's racing against Mario on freaking steroids. It's like gamers everywhere saw the word samurai and said,
Yep, that's rent money well spent.
now guys, this isn't just some random indie farming simulator about growing carrots and drama bones. This is Sucker Punch Productions we're talking about, the studio that turned digital sword fights into high art. And fans are clearly ready to do their wallets into bankruptcy for another shot at that magic. Ghost of Tsushima set the standard, and Ghost of Yōtei is out here trying to one-up its older sibling. It's like Tsushima handed Yōtei the family sword and said,
Don't embarrass me, kid. Spoiler, Yotei is not embarrassing anyone. It's already trending like every teenager's favorite TikTok sound.
So, in this video, we'll dive into why everyone is ready to crown Ghost of Yōtei as the next big thing. We'll also look at how Sucker Punch climbed from cartoon raccoons to samurai legends. We'll break down Yotei's settings, mechanics, and all the juicy details that make the sequel so irresistible. We'll also address, the minor worries, the occasional bugs, launch hiccups, or day one patch nightmares.
But with Sucker Punch, those things are more like tiny speed bumps on the highway to greatness.
And finally, we'll wrap it up with my thoughts on Yotei's future and why I think we're looking at the birth of a full-blown freaking trilogy. So sharpen your katana, polish your grappling hook, and grab some popcorn.
Or sushi.
Because Ghost of Yōtei isn't just a game, it's an event in the making. Let's slice into the legend. When it comes to legendary studios, Sucker Punch Productions is basically the kid in school who never failed a freaking test. They've been around for decades, evolving like some kind of Pokemon that refuses to stop leveling up. And it all started with one of the most unlikely icons of the PlayStation 2 era.
A raccoon with a cane.
Yes, Sly Cooper, the game that made burglary charming and sneaking around actually fun. Sly Cooper wasn't just another mascot platformer. It was witty, it was stylish, and made you feel like you were part of a Saturday morning cartoon gone rogue. For many fans, it was their first taste of what Sucker Punch could really do.
And spoiler alert, this was just the warm-up act.
Then came Infamous on PlayStation 3. Suddenly, you weren't just a cartoon raccoon, you were a superhero deciding whether to be humanity's savior
or the local walking electrical hazard.
Infamous gave players the thrill of frying bad guys with lightning bolts while also forcing them to question morality. It was like playing as a moody Tesla coil, and it worked beautifully. But Sucker Punch wasn't done climbing the freaking ladder. Their true breakout moment came in 2020 with Ghost of Tsushima. This wasn't just a game, it was an artistic masterpiece dressed as a samurai simulator. The game sold over 30 million copies as of September 2024, proving samurai swords are the best marketing tool
since Wi-Fi.
The reviews backed it up too. Ghost of Tsushima landed an IGN score of 9 out of 10 and 83% on Metacritic and 9 out of 10 on Steam. Basically, it was the video game equivalent of winning gold medals across the freaking Olympics, and gamers couldn't stop singing its praises, from its visuals to its Kurosawa inspired cinematics. Now, enter the next challenger, Ghost of Yōtei. This isn't just a freaking sequel, guys, it's an earthquake. Before even launching, the game topped pre-order charts in 13 different freaking countries, from the USA to Japan to Germany. That's right, a game that technically doesn't exist on shelves yet is already winning like it's freaking Mario Kart. And it's not just pre-order numbers, critics have already weighed in and the reception has been glowing. On Metacritic, Ghost of Yōtei sits at 87%, with 90% of those reviews being positive and the rest mixed. 0% negative, because apparently nobody is brave enough to slander digital samurai excellence. Some critics have gone above and beyond with their praise. GameRant even dropped a perfect 100 out of 100 score, which is rarer than finding a shiny Pokemon in tall grass. When critics unite like this, it's a clear sign the game isn't just good, it's a one-of-a-kind in the making. It's like everyone collectively decided,
Yup, cancel our plans, we're playing this day one.
So, with Sucker Punch's track record, Ghost of Yōtei's early success isn't shocking, it's expected. The studio has gone from raccoon thieves to lightning Tesla coils to katana-wielding warriors and nailed every single freaking stage. And judging by the pre-order numbers, the hype is already paying off in a big way. Ghost of Tsushima built the empire, but Ghost of Yōtei looks ready to expand it. The dynasty of Sucker Punch continues, and fans couldn't be happier, because when these devs swing,
they don't miss.
Ghost of Yōtei doesn't just take place on a map, it takes place on a living painting framed by the icy slopes of Mount Yotei. This isn't some random mountain slapped in for decoration. It's basically the Japanese equivalent of saying,
You thought Tsushima was scenic? Hold my sake.
the setting itself is so freaking gorgeous that travel agencies might actually start advertising tours based on the game. And honestly, who wouldn't want to book a vacation inside a playable piece of freaking art? At the center of this masterpiece is our new protagonist, Atsu.
God bless you.
She's not just another samurai clone copy-pasted from a history book. She's fierce, layered, and ready to carve her own path in a frozen world where survival means wielding a blade sharper than your neighbor's insults. And unlike some silent protagonists, Atsu actually feels alive, driven by vengeance, duty, and probably
A little bit of caffeine.
of course, every great hero needs a lineup of villains that make you want to swing your katana immediately. Enter the Yotei 6, a rogues gallery of bosses so evil they sound like they belong in a Quentin Tarantino spin-off. Players get to choose the order in which they confront them, meaning revenge is served not only cold, but a la carte. It's like a samurai buffet where every plate is
Murder and drama.
But Ghost of Yōtei doesn't stop at storytelling. It cranks the gameplay up to freaking 11. We're talking third-person combat that's as brutal as it is elegant. The katana is back, obviously, but now players can dual wield because apparently
One sword wasn't badass enough.
there is also the Odachi, the Yari, the Kusarigama, and even the good old grappling hook because Batman shouldn't be the only one with toys. And then there is the Tanigashima, Tanigashima, a firearm that turns encounters into firework shows with extra stabbing. Each weapon isn't just a gimmick, it changes your tactics entirely. One moment you're sneaking like a shadow, the next you're slicing through enemies like a blender on overdrive. Ghost of Yōtei basically hands you a murder plate and says,
Bon appetit!
what really says it though are the dynamic weather effects. Rain that drenches your armor, snow that crunches underfoot, and auroras that light the night sky like nature's
Hoo, disco ball.
And guys, it's not just environmental fluff by the way, it actively changes how you play. A stormy night could hide your stealth approach, while a snowstorm might betray your freaking footsteps. And the activities? Oh, they've gone above and beyond. The onsen's return, so yes, once again you can bathe your drama away. Bamboo cutting also makes a comeback, perfect for gamers who secretly wanted Fruit Ninja but with honor. And then there is painting shumi, setting up campsites, cooking, and even jamming on a shamisen. Side missions aren't fillers either, they're opportunities to live the life of a wandering samurai. You can hunt outlaws for bounties, lend a hand to villagers, or just get lost in exploration. This is the kind of game where I will do just one quest turns into a 6-hour rabbit hole.
Basically, your social life is doomed, but your digital soul will thank you.
And if the cinematics in Tsushima blew you away, Yotei isn't just repeating the trick, it's remixing it. Kurosawa mode makes a return for the film buffs, but now we've got two extra styles, one inspired by Takashi Miike's Bloody Chaos and another by
Shinichiro Watanabe's stylish flair.
In short, Ghost of Yōtei is a game that just doesn't give you content, it gives you an entire culture. It's a love letter to samurai cinema, Japanese tradition, and the
What if I had two swords daydream everyone secretly has?
With this much freedom and flair, it's less of a sequel and more of a revolution. Ghost of Tsushima may have set the bar, but Yotei is bringing a rocket launcher to the competition. Now guys, unfortunately, no matter how much we want it to be, no game launches flawlessly, no matter how shiny the trailer looks. Day 1 bugs are basically as reliable as death, taxes, and Bethesda forgetting how gravity works. So yes, Ghost of Yōtei could ship with a few hiccups, maybe an NPC floating like a balloon or a horse that decides it's secretly
A submarine.
But here's the thing, these are launch jitters, not death sentences. Players might grumble about patches, updates, or the dreaded
Please wait, we're fixing this.
messages. But Sucker Punch isn't some fly-by-night studio duct taping games together in a freaking basement. These are the same people who gave us Tsushima, guys, don't forget. A game that managed to impress critics, fans, and probably even the people who don't own a console. If anyone knows how to clean up a launch mess, it's them. And let's not forget, minor glitches in a samurai game are basically free comedy. Imagine sneaking through the snow, dead serious.
When suddenly the enemy T-poses into enlightenment.
Or picture Atsu drawing her sword only for the villain's cape to turn into a wind turbine mid-battle. Sure, it's not intentional, but it's entertainment, and in a way, priceless. The real difference here is that Sucker Punch actually cares. They're not just going to shrug and say,
Modders will fix it.
they will patch, polish, and refine until Ghost of Yōtei slices as clean as a freshly sharpened katana. That's why I think gamers aren't worried. They're freaking excited, even if they're bracing for a few glitches at launch. So yes, there might be a few bumps on the road, but when the studio has a track record this golden, a pothole or two won't stop the hype train. Ghost of Yōtei is shaping up to be one of those rare titles where even the bugs won't matter because players know the core game is freaking worth it. And if the worst thing you can say about a launch is
The snow clipped through my sandals,
that's still a win. So, after everything we've seen and heard, Ghost of Yōtei is shaping up to be more than just another sequel. It's looking like the heir to Tsushima's throne, ready to carve its own legend into PlayStation history. The pre-order numbers alone scream success, and the fact that critics are already throwing out glowing scores before launch means this isn't just hype, it's confidence, bottled and sold in deluxe collector's editions. Sucker Punch Productions has proven, time and time again, they can deliver worlds dripping with atmosphere, mechanics that feel like silk wrapped around steel, and characters that are more memorable
than your actual relatives.
With Ghost of Yōtei, they've taken everything that worked in Tsushima, sprinkled on it some snowy mountain Yotei magic, and sharpened the edges with mechanics that practically beg you to sink in hundreds of hours. Even the freaking glitches, if they happen, they will probably be memes before they're problems. At the end of the day, this game isn't just launching, it's striding into the spotlight like a katana-wielding rockstar. Personally, I would bet good money that this will be remembered as one of the biggest PlayStation titles of the decade, and maybe even a springboard into a third game in the series.
Ooh, and don't forget, the game is launching in 3 days.
So, what do you guys think? Will Ghost of Yōtei absolutely annihilate Ghost of Tsushima, or will it crawl under the shadow of its older sibling? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Or else your console will only load in T-pose mode forever.
And guys, thank you once again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content in the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.